Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chop Shop, episode 5. Like we said in episode 4, we're just strictly talking hoops. Episode 5, we got a lot to cover. He's laughing already. What's up with you laughing today?
Right, I just looked at the board.
Oh, our new segment. Yeah, we got a new segment, bro. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. Today is April. Wow, it's May 20th, right?
Correct.
May 20th, 2023,
Correct.
and the Lakers play. The Lakers play tonight in actually an hour and a half. Yeah,
30 minutes.
it's 7.
Mhm.
So we was chilling for 2 hours. Hour and a half minimum. Dang. Yeah. Okay. The Lakers play game 3 here in 30 minutes.
I got Denver in 6.
Why?
Jokic is the MVP. Jamal Murray is back to form. Michael Porter Jr. greens 100% smothered shots. Bruce Brown is the Energizer Bunny off the bench. KCP is KCP. And Aaron Gordon is actually a relatively good defender on LeBron, I would say.
Yeah.
When they don't switch.
He has good size.
Exactly.
He has really good size.
Pause.
If I'm being honest, bro,
Is that a sound effect? Pause.
yeah, but he had the volume down. Don't have it super loud and hurt our ears, bro.
Press it.
What did he say?
But to be honest, I don't know who I got, bro, in either one of these series for a multitude of reasons. No. I'm being honest. I don't know. If Denver wins tonight, I got Denver. Denver in 6. If LA defends home court, LA in 7. The thing with that series, I don't think the Lakers' offense is the issue. I think the way they guard in Denver has to change. I heard Caruso talk about it on the Old Man in the 3. And he was saying with Jokic, and I agree, I feel like I've told y'all this, that like there's some people, they're so good that obviously, you pick your poison, right? Jokic is just one of those people where like you force him to score. He's at his best whenever he's able to pick y'all apart.
Mm-hmm.
Forget sending the doubles. Forget sending help. Forget
Let Jokic get his and stop everybody else. Fair. But
what else? Because honestly, what else are you gonna do?
But who's gonna stop Murray?
I don't know. I don't think somebody can. To be honest,
That's the only thing. I feel like that's the only thing for the Lakers. Granted, they have Jared Vanderbilt, but
what we said.
you throw Jared Vanderbilt on Jamal Murray, that leaves Aaron Gordon, who's going to be guarded by Braun. Okay, you got KCP coming off the screens.
Well,
coming off
did you see in game 2 they put Braun on Jokic a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I'm stop. Oh, we don't teach flopping, right?
Bullshit.
Whatever. I'm not a fan. Or I'm actually a fan of Braun guarding Jokic.
And leave AD in the paint to roam.
Yeah, or even putting him on Gordon, right? Just contest without fouling, right? Run him off the line. He's not a off the dribble type shooter. You get what I'm saying? So he's gonna slash, but AD has the size to make up for, or AD has the length to make up for AG's size. So I feel like that would balance out. If Jokic and just give Braun 40 every night, I think you honestly have to live with it, bro. And I need Vanderbilt to hone in a little more on Jamal,
Mm-hmm.
right? If Bron is gonna guard Jokic, that Murray Jokic pick and roll, I think you just switch it. And like I said, you just live with the results. Don't send no help. It's Bron and Vanderbilt. So we've seen Bron been able to
We've
guard.
seen Bron lock in. And walk
Yeah,
out.
we've seen it. He hasn't, because granted,
He's old.
yeah. And we know what Jared Vanderbilt can bring. He's gonna compete. Not saying he's gonna stop him, but you get what I'm getting at. So I feel like put Bron on Jokic, Vanderbilt on Murray. That Jokic Murray pick and roll isn't as effective as it has been, right? Don't send no help. Don't send no doubles. Force them to play one-on-one. And I think you live with the results. In terms what happens, these one-on-ones, we're able to crash the glass better instead of the ball movement. And now, like,
Nobody's out of position. People can get rebounds.
people can get rebounds. We can get out and run. When the Lakers get out and run, it can create, obviously, shooters. They can find their shooters. It puts Denver in foul trouble a little bit, right, with the Lakers' size. That's how I look at it. I don't know what else to do.
At this point, you're down 0-2, going back home. Adjustments have to be made, or else y'all
Something.
finna lose.
Yeah.
I see it.
What do you think about Rui? Talking to the mic.
Rui's played well. Last game had 21, 8 for 10, 1 of 2 from deep. After
Hey, my fault. That sounded like real professional. We need to start doing that. The way he just did that was like super professional. That's why I started cheesing.
offer,
Yeah.
appreciate it. I was seeing after game 1, people were like, "Oh, the Lakers figured out Denver. Just put Rui on Jokic."
No, food. Food.
Like,
You heard-
Jokic can literally drop 50 anytime he wants.
Yeah.
It's just he chooses not
He
to.
played the right way.
Exactly.
Yeah. You seen what Coach Malone said whenever they started that?
Go ahead.
He was like, it ain't nothing Jokic ain't seen before. I don't
Exactly.
even know why y'all doing that. And then what
That don't make
happened?
no sense. And I feel like, to go off of your point and what you were saying about just let everybody go to work one-on-ones, Bron on Jokic, I feel like it's going to be that one game in the Phoenix series where Jokic had like 50.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be like that. Like, cool, Jokic has 50. And granted, everybody else isn't as effective or efficient, but I think you letting Jokic get his, that's still enough for Denver to win. I genuinely think so. Because perimeter play has been where the Lakers have fallen short. They don't have a great perimeter defender. They have Austin Reeves, Dennis Schroeder, Lonnie Walker, and D'Lo. D'Lo's a cone. Bruce Brown said it. If you're letting Bruce Brown talk about you like that, that
Sums
says
up.
something.
Yeah,
That
sums
says
up.
something. Dennis Schroeder's undersized. Lonnie Walker, I feel like, not to say he's not a good defender, because he has all the tools to be a good perimeter defender. I just feel like that's not what his role is for the Lakers. It's primarily try to, be a scoring option off the bench.
Yeah.
Spot up, hit threes, slash whenever you're open, et cetera, et cetera. Austin Reeves, he's played great these first 2 games. He's done
seriously.
he's done what he has to do. I don't know too much about him as a defender, but I mean, going against Jamal Murray, KCP, they got Bruce Brown, Christian Brown off the bench.
They got some motherfuckers that can go.
Yeah.
He can defense isn't bad. Obviously his size obviously plays a part.
Who are we talking about?
AR.
Okay.
His size, I think that's like the difference, in what he's like his full potential, I guess I could say. But so you said you think letting Jokic get that output would still be enough, you think, to propel?
I genuinely think so, yeah. We've seen him do it before.
That's tough, bro. But that was against a different team. If we're
Fair.
being fair.
That is fair. It's against a
So-
different team. But Phoenix has nowhere near the same level of interior defense that
At all.
does.
It's not even close.
So, I mean, honestly, we'll just have to wait and see. Game 3, like we both said, is tonight. Let's see what adjustments the Lakers make. Let's see if Darvin Ham actually, is a coach. And
Y'all say that about everybody.
not everybody. Mike Malone is a coach. Eric Spoelstra is a coach. They make the proper adjustments.
Do y'all remember at the beginning of the year?
Mozzarella sticks and ham sandwich. They not doing shit.
Well, let's finish up this series first, and we'll get there. Okay, so let's say you don't do that. What else or what other options do you think LA has or adjustments that they can make? What do you think they could do?
I mean, I feel like for them, if, like you said, if they put Bron or AD, well, I don't even want to say AD because Jokic cooks AD.
Food.
Literally.
Food.
And I think putting Bron on, I genuinely think putting Bron on Jokic is going to limit Bron because his energy is going more towards defense and trying to stop Jokic. I don't feel like he's going to be as effective on offense. And we've seen it last game. Bron had 22, 9, and 10, but he shot 9 of 19 and 0 of 6 from 3. His shooting this series has been poor, to say the least. And I think it just goes for the Lakers as a team because their 3-point shooting compared to Denver's, it's
atrocious. Yeah. Who's guarding Bron again?
Aaron Gordon.
And then Jokic is guarding AD.
And I think what I've noticed with AG guarding Bron will get a switch. Bron will get a switch off.
And he's trying to attack off, especially if it's Jamal. Yeah.
And I think that also plays a part in why he's shooting so much threes is because he knows he can't just bully ball his way to the basket against Aaron Gordon. So when he gets that switch, either he's tired or he's like, okay, I got a smaller person on me. This is an easier shot for me to take as opposed to Aaron Gordon guarding me.
Okay, so how do you fix that? In my head, the reason I was asking who was guarding Bron was because off the top of my head, I'm not sure how they're doing it. I have to go back and watch. Denver isn't playing a lot of drop, are they? If I'm not mistaken, I feel like they're up. Obviously, you're mixing it up, of course, but it's very rare where I'm seeing Jokic is in drop.
If that's the case, if Jokic isn't in drop, somebody needs to flash.
If he is in a drop, or if he isn't?
Isn't.
If he isn't in a drop. So if he's up, you're saying somebody needs to flash.
Yeah.
Explain.
At least flash weak side. Because the way I see it is, say Bron AD run a pick and roll right wing. Bron go in middle. If weak side flashes, I feel like that puts Jokic in a position where one, defense has to communicate because I feel like Bron can just go right by him.
Okay.
And then that's why I say weak side has to flash because that's a dump off. Because I don't think Jokic isn't a paint defender. Jokic isn't a paint defender.
Can you turn up your mic for me?
Like this?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't feel like Jokic is a paint defender. Jokic isn't going to be at the rim to stop. You know. But I definitely think it just depends on reads at that point. Because if Jokic is playing up, then obviously Bron has the advantage, I feel like, on the perimeter. But if he starts getting into the paint, I definitely feel like it goes more towards Jokic's favor. Because I feel like Denver collapses on defense.
So,
that's where you kick out to open shooters. And at that point, it just comes down to motherfuckers hitting their shots. AD 1 of 3 from 3. Bron 0 of 6. D'Lo 1 of 5. Only bright spot last game for the Lakers was Reeves. And he went 5 of 9.
Yeah.
But the threes I watched him hit, those were either off out of balance plays. Like, they didn't run set plays for him.
Right.
I feel like it was off of breakdowns or, quick plays.
Okay, so another reason why I was asking is because what do you think about Bron becoming the screener more often? Because if there's anybody who's going to be able to find who is going to be able to make these reads, right? It's going to be Bron.
Mm-hmm.
I feel as if Bron is the ball handler a lot of the times, unless it's with his point guards, your ARs, your D-lows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I feel as if you put Bron as a screener, what do you do if you're Denver? Are you gonna switch it?
If you switch it, I mean, we've seen what happens when Denver switches it. They put Jamal Murray on Bron or whoever. It depends on who he runs the PNR with.
That's the thing.
Anytime Murray switched on him, Murray damn near fouled out in game one.
Game one, yeah.
I don't know what his foul count was necessarily in game two, but like you said, I feel like they should use Bron more as a screener. I definitely feel like that'll open things up just a little bit more because, granted, if there's nobody open, that's a one-on-one for Bron. That's a one-on-one for Bron. Either he's going to the line or he's going to bucket.
But the same thing we said about Jokic being a scorer, I genuinely think, and I hate the way, like, people talk, bro, because, like, y'all don't realize that, like, not like you, like, not you.
No.
In general, I don't think that people realize that, like, some shit is by design.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, the same way we talk about let this motherfucker score, I honestly think people in the league are cool with letting Bron score. Because you talk about somebody who could pick apart your defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bron can do that. And when he does that, everybody gets better.
Exactly.
Just let him score. The ball sticks.
Do you think that's what Denver's doing? Because I don't think they're doing that for Bron.
I don't think they're doing that.
I think they're letting everybody else tee up, and they're focusing more so on Bron and AD.
Yes.
AD, 4 of 15 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep. Granted, he had 18 and 14, but I think entering the fourth quarter, Bron only took, 13 shots?
Yeah.
AD, for the whole game, only took 15 shots. That shows you, like, his energy is primarily going towards defense and trying to stop Joker. And even with that, Joker had 23, 17, and 12. Now, not to say AD wasn't doing his thing, because AD held Joker to 9 of 21 from the field, 0 of 3 from deep. And that's with LA switching everything. That's with LA not necessarily letting Joker get his, but keying in more on him. So, I mean,
has there ever been, I don't know what made me think it is. Has there ever been a boxing 2? We've seen boxing 1.
how would it be a boxing 2?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. How?
I don't think there could be a boxing 2. I think that would just be like, it would
Just
be
the 9 at that point or something?
a 2-3 at that point.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to find a solution. I generally don't know what to do.
I mean,
Like,
it's fucking Nikola Jokic. At this point, it's
Yeah.
like, this nigga's been the league MVP 2 out of the last 3 years.
should have been 3.
Should have been 3, honestly. And we gonna get into Joel. We gonna get into that. But that nigga's been doing this shit for 3, 4, 5 years now. And realistically, I think the only reason the Nuggets haven't made it to the finals is because of health. That's it.
I think so too.
That's it. Last year, they didn't have Murray or MPJ.
Last year they was looking scary though.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have somebody who can easily give you 30 in Michael Porter Jr. if you don't close out. I mean, shit, even if you do close out.
He prefer it if you do.
It doesn't matter. 4 of 7 from 3, and I guarantee you 6 out of those 7 were at least 75% contested. At least.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray, screen work. That nigga had, 16 in the fourth quarter? Entering the fourth, he was shooting, 5 for 17?
Yeah.
Something like that?
You see what my girl posted?
Mm-mm.
She did the interview with Jamal and
Who's your girl?
Taylor Rooks.
Oh, I fuck with Taylor.
She's so bad, bro.
I can't stand Malika. I don't like Malika.
Taylor's so bad, bro.
You know they cut my girl from the New York Liberty.
I saw that.
I was so sad.
I saw that.
I was so hurt.
Speaking of Liberty, did you see the one girl who got the opening bucket today?
No. You talking about
drive into a post up, fake right shimmy, sky hook.
Oh, word.
Shorty was out of there.
I'm finna start watching WNBA.
Shorty was out of there. They're really skilled.
No, for real.
They really skilled.
And it's like people joke, people cry, be like, oh, you know, if y'all lower the rims, then y'all get more views. Like, no, these are professional athletes.
Them motherfuckers can go.
They will give you buckets.
They can go.
Like
what? Yeah, they can
and
go.
They're
bro.
fine as hell. So it's like that just makes it better.
Who's your finest right now?
Finest right now, Didi Richards. I said
Remind me.
Didi Richards.
Where's she at?
New York Liberty. They just cut her. Yeah. She went to Baylor, and then her teammate at Baylor, Dijonay Carrington, she plays for the Connecticut Sun. And she
know the team.
She on the single leg sleeve vibe.
Oh, the little Tia Cooper.
Yeah. I'm talking about leg sleeve, arm sleeve, same arm, same leg as me. You know, we locked in. We locked in for sure.
Tia look good too.
Is Tia still in the league?
I don't know, but she thick though.
Tia, that's Reef's sister?
Yeah.
Damn. What happened to Reef?
Damn.
Damn.
He in the G League cooking though.
He is, but
it goes to show
what team really needs a point guard? We could run through them. Orlando, they have Cole Anthony. Not to say that's anything, but right now I take Cole over
Rockets.
Reef. The Rockets, KPJ. Even though he's not really a point.
Not really a point.
But
Reef is a point.
They got a lot of guards though. Utah, Colin Sexton.
Is he starting now?
I think so.
Okay.
Mike Conley, I think, was starting over him, but then they traded him. So.
Yeah.
Dallas. It's an option.
It's an option.
Just another playmaker. Not even a scorer, another playmaker to take that ease off Luka. Because Luka, by default, he can drop 15 assists and then drop 45. If he like that's whenever he wants. I feel like if he has another playmaker to set everybody else up, that'll benefit him instead of another scorer.
What is the difference between Luka and Jokic? Honestly, in terms of what they can do for your team,
they damn near do the
same thing.
I just feel like for Jokic, not to say the team was built around him better, but essentially it was.
I agree.
Because Jokic coming up, he had Jamal Murray. And what would you define Jamal Murray as? A scorer? A playmaker? Both? Like, I feel like there's not one thing he does necessarily great, but he can do
both.
Everything great.
At a very, very high level.
Exactly. Compare that to Luka and Kyrie this past season. Granted, they didn't have a whole season together, but I don't think Kyrie's going to give you 10 assists on a given night. Not to say Jamal can, but I would see Jamal doing that more than Kyrie.
Okay. I'll take that. Before we get on to the other series, you mentioned people have to hit shots, right? Let's talk about two things I want to say. D'Lo, 10 points, 3 boards, 5 assists. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3.
Why are you only taking 8 shots? If I have Bruce Brown calling me a cone, I'm taking way more than 8 shots.
Well, because they're only taking 19 and 15.
Do you think that's a testament to Denver's defense?
That was my second question. Maybe we gotta give Denver their credit, bro.
I definitely think so. On the perimeter, Denver is doing what they're supposed to do. That's why the Lakers are shooting so poorly. They're closing out to shooters. They're running people off the line. And it's like their help defense, their rotations are there. Especially when you have somebody like Bruce Brown coming off the bench. They have him as their backup point. coming into the league,
I
Bruce
think
Brown.
he's a starting guard. I think he can start for a team.
He can, but I don't think it's gonna be. I don't see it on a championship team.
No.
Do you see it on a playoff team? Respectfully, I see it as a 7-8.
Depends on the team.
Do you see Bruce Brown starting for Brooklyn?
The Brooklyn team right now?
Like, if he was their starting point, how far do you see them going? First round, same as this year.
Yeah. But they would make it.
They definitely would.
They would make it.
On the Mavericks.
No.
You don't think they're making the playoffs?
They would make the playoffs, but
First round.
He's going to be like an Achilles heel for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if everybody's double teaming Luka and they need him to hit shots, granted, he is hitting shots now, but he's not known as a shooter.
Yeah.
So he could be a starting guard on a team. I just don't think that team's a championship team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A playoff team, barely.
I'm just looking at this shit, bro, and I don't know what the Lakers can do. Honestly, they just gotta pray that
they just gotta pray. Jokic has a bad game
4 times. Like,
I mean, damn near at this point.
And then you look at their shooting percentages compared, bro. It's night and day.
One, they're not getting as many shots up, and if they are, they're just not hitting.
No, it's not even close, bro.
Denver, Denver's just hitting right now. Denver's in a rhythm. I definitely think that changes tonight. Tonight, we're gonna actually see Denver be human. We're gonna see them struggle from the field. I feel like only because different environment, Lakers at home. You know that normally happens in Game 3 when the environment shifts. But I mean, even that, just based off of Jokic and Murray, who can combine for 50 on any given night. I mean, it's like
the dude is having a triple-double by halftime.
In Game 1, he had 12 rebounds in the first quarter.
Like,
AD
bro,
didn't have his first rebound till like 2-3 minutes left in the first.
Something ain't. I also heard
they need to play Tristan Thompson.
Okay, here we go. Y'all see what he does? He does this every time, bro.
I seen a tweet when I think it was one of the games LA was blowing out Golden State, and then niggas was like, do I see Tristan Thompson on my TV? I grabbed my remote so fast I damn near broke my wrist. I was like, that's how you know it's bad.
He was there?
That's how you know it's bad.
Y'all are horrible,
If
bro.
Tristan Thompson is on the court, that means like y'all niggas stunk the fucking gym up.
Y'all are horrible, bro.
So, but it's like, who else do the Lakers have? Is Mo Bamba still injured?
I don't know.
They traded for.
It wouldn't make no difference, even if like he hasn't played and all of a sudden you want to play him, like his legs aren't under him.
Stamina isn't there.
You get what I'm saying? Not saying that he wouldn't be able to contribute. It's just you need time to get right.
He'd be more of a deficit than.
Yeah. What was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say.
I got Denver in 6.
Let me see who wins tonight, bro.
Win or lose, I got Denver in 6. I got Denver regardless.
I think the same thing with the Philly thing. I want LeBron to win it.
Philly team.
I remember where I was like, I want Harden to win one, but because I know he's not, it's probably why it's hard for me to say. So I want Bron to win, but I think deep down I know that this one, it's going to be tough for them to pull it out.
I mean, with the way Bron looking right now, respectfully, I think Father Time is catching up to him.
Let's relax, okay?
And I say that respectfully. Like, I'm not saying it like Bron is washed, even though I wrote that on the board.
I'll call him right now. I bet you he going to lock in.
Go ahead, call him.
What did y'all see that? I forgot who posted it. They were like, we need somebody to talk shit so Bron can lock in. Y'all ain't see that? I forgot who said that. They was like, hey, somebody start talking shit in the press conference, the interviews or whatever. Say something crazy so Bron can lock in. Y'all know he got a history.
He do. I think it's because Bron ain't do that like 0 dark 30 shit he do every year where he like just stays off of social media and he locks in for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's because he hasn't done that this year. He ain't really locked in for real. Because granted, Bronny's going to USC. He posting things, about Ronnie signing his letter of intent. you know, first of all, congrats to Bronny for that.
Nah, for real, for
That's
real.
dope.
That is
I just
dope.
don't know how that dynamic is gonna work out at USC, considering them niggas still have Boogie Ellis, and
Boogie is still there.
Boogie is easily one of the top 15, 20 guards in the country.
Damn, Boogie's still there.
Not saying Bronny's gonna come in and immediately start, but I definitely feel like his freshman season is looking to be a little lackluster.
He has 4 years.
True.
Granted,
He's not gonna be a one and done. I don't think so. Max.
I
3
hope
years.
he is. I want that nigga to play with Bron. I want to see that. Just as a fan, that's an accomplishment, man.
Hell yeah. To be in the league so long where we grow up with your son,
You
and
get
we
what I'm
watch
saying?
him play basketball with you, that would be dope.
That would be dope. And then y'all talking about nah,
To be
for real.
honest.
Yeah, for real. And we talking about you talking about he washed or whatever. Bet you that motherfucker gonna lock in. He gonna try to win the ring that year too.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a really cool story, bro.
But Father Time
He's
is not
38. Damn. When did Tom Brady retire?
this year.
40?
How is
Can you check how old he is? Goodness gracious.
42?
And he played a more grueling sport.
Hell yeah. That nigga was getting his ass whacked. Damn.
Huh? Tom Brady's how old?
Damn. That should have been a sound effect. That Kevin Hart down.
He's 45 years old. So okay, if he
What was
makes
his
it,
third?
if he made it to 45, and in his last year he wasn't even trash for real.
He wasn't.
So if he made it to 45, I
That
think
nigga
there's
left, came
potential
back,
for-
and won a ring.
Literally, yeah, there's potential for Bron, bro. He can make it to 42. But
42, we gonna start seeing the decline.
yeah, but I need Bronny there by 42.
Shit, around 42.
I need Bronny there.
We gonna be what, 25, 26?
Damn, that's crazy.
Damn, I feel old.
That's
saying
fucked.
Shit.
Yo, we've literally been what else does LeBron James have to do to be considered the greatest player of all time? If he wins this year, can we say that?
No.
What else do y'all
In my
want him
opinion,
to
no.
do, man? What else do y'all want this man to do?
Win
Zay?
6 rings, bro.
He been more times than the motherfucker who got
Doesn't matter.
6. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if he's been more times. How many times has he won? He can be more times. He still has
He's
4 rings.
he's also passed the dude in every category, and it's not even close. What else do y'all want the man to do, bro? Y'all just don't. The same way I don't want to admit that, the Harden shit. It's probably the same way. It's just with this, people are stuck in their ways.
Shit, I guess I'm stuck in my ways.
So imagine, let's be super hypothetical. He wins this year. That's number 5. Bronny comes in and he win again with Bronny.
Then he's the GOAT.
That's crazy.
I have
Niggas
no-
got to play with their son and win a championship to be the GOAT.
I seen somebody talking about this, and it was about Mike being the GOAT. They were saying MJ retiring twice. It helped his career. And they went into it and they explained, and I agree. Because they're saying when he retired, that year he retired, if he would have played and the Bulls made it to the finals, they were losing to Hakeem's Rockets. They were losing to the Rockets.
So now, if niggas choose to not play for whatever reason and come back and win, it's cool.
Yeah, it's been cool. That's why MJ's been the
Wow.
GOAT. Yeah. Granted,
Wow.
that year he came back, they didn't win. They got fucking destroyed by
raped. Yeah.
the Magic, by Penny Hardaway. But it's like people saying him retiring, that helped his career. Because if he didn't, then he'd go to the finals, then he'd have a loss under his belt, et cetera, et cetera. I think him retiring kept his accolades and his records pristine, which is why people still say he's the GOAT. And I agree with that. Because if he didn't retire and he played that year and lost to Hakeem and the Rockets, Bron would have been the GOAT for damn near since I was born. No question, no debate about that.
Bro, let's just see what Bron do, man. ever since I saw this man go down 3-1 against a 73-9 team, he had me. I don't even like Bron for real. But I feel like the hate that Bron be getting is what turned me into a fan.
I think that's the same thing that happened for me with Kobe, but
Yeah.
that was towards like the latter end of his career. Because I'm like, yo, why the fuck don't I like this nigga? Why don't
I don't.
motherfuckers
Because
like
he always
Kobe?
busting the players I like ass.
That's it.
He tearing them
Kobe
up.
will bust your ass, let you know about it.
Yeah.
And then that nigga has like 4 injuries.
Yeah. In the midst of the game.
The game I saw him tear his Achilles against the Warriors and then shoot those 2 free throws. Yeah, that was it for me. That was it for me. That made me a fan. Because before then, I was like, yo, fuck this nigga, bro.
Nah, seriously.
Then I seen him do that, and I was like, nah, that's love. That's dedication. That's the game.
When I
that's
broke
passion
my-
for the game of
When I
basketball.
broke my finger, I didn't feel it right when it happened, and I didn't feel it up until they popped it back in place.
Ooh, shit.
Um,
You remember that time Kobe popped his shit back in place
That's what
and
I'm
it
getting
went
at.
right back into the game?
Whenever he popped it back in place, bro, and if you would have told me to go back and continue hooping, I would have looked at you like you crazy.
Kobe told them niggas to pop back into place so he can go back into the game.
Yeah.
So when niggas say Kobe is in their top 3 or is their GOAT, I get it. I get it. I really do.
Do you?
I get it.
I don't know, because some of the
But-
people might disagree with you.
Like I said, if Steph wins a ring this year, if he wins number
Obviously
5,
he's not.
then he's top 3. Obviously, he's been eliminated. So Kobe is still in my top 3 for right now. For right now.
Let's see what Bron does when we get to,
Matter of fact, did I say Kobe's in my top 3 or did I say Kareem?
you said Bean.
I said Bean was top 3?
I thought he said Kobe. He was saying if Steph makes it. No. You said Kobe isn't in your top 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. My bad. I take that back. Kobe ain't top 3 for me. My fault. Niggas suck. What?
He sucked though.
Listen, like I said, I started off hating that nigga.
Keep it that way, huh? Not mad. Had the same energy.
I'm about to go buy three pairs of Kobe vibes though, so
But let's see what Bron do, bro. At this rate, by the time Bron retire, we're gonna be 500 episodes in. So we'll chop it up. We'll bring these clips up whenever he retire. Can we give our favorite Bron moment though? Let's give one now, and then whenever he retire, we'll see if it changes.
oh,
I already know mine.
shit. Favorite Bron moment.
I can get y'all 2. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Y'all already know 3-1. That in itself.
Mhm.
Like, cause that's when I started watching Kai for real. My very first time watching Kai live on TV was 2015 opening round against the Celtics. I get home from church, turn on the TV, Buddy's literally coming down, left wing, right hand, in and out, cross,
into the pool 3.
bang. Like that was my first time seeing him live on TV. Any other time it was just the highlights and shit, right? And then I see their run, and then Kai gets hurt, and I'm seeing this nigga Bron giving us a chance. I'm not even rooting for Bron. I just want him to do good so Kai can get a ring, right? Because you remember it was the Kai Steph at the time. And then 2016, bro, whenever them niggas went down 3-1, the way my phone was going crazy, I told you that nigga better than Kai. He playing
Steph
better
is
than
better
him.
than Kai.
Hit it. He is. But it's okay. Like, stop it. I'm not trying to hear it, is the point I'm making.
Oh,
I'm not trying to hear it.
okay. Just checking.
So niggas in my ear, right? And like, you know that feeling when like, I mean, obviously we different. We gonna talk our shit regardless. But you know whenever like you getting your ass busted and you talking shit, but like it don't really hold weight for real. Right. That's how I felt.
Them niggas was talking shit, but it was like, okay.
You get what I'm
This shit
saying?
not over. It's not over till the final buzzer.
Bro, and I saw this man lead his team in every category.
Saw these niggas drop 41 each.
Bro,
Saw
like,
this nigga get a chase down block on live television.
he had
What-
41 in back-to-back games. People don't know that. He
Yeah.
had 41 in game 5, and then Game 6, Kai had like 27 or something, and then he had 40 again.
Damn.
And then obviously Game 7 speaks for itself. So that whole series, that's one moment for sure. Another moment for me when I was just like, this dude is like, bro, you're not human, is hearing the Iman stories, and I gotta go back and double check.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga didn't. Hey, throw that bit right here. Caught it, palmed it. Hey, y'all. Whenever he do this, and you just take off running, it's a dunk. Literally everything he's saying is happening. But like, you can go back and watch it. You get what I'm saying? Whenever Iman talking about he didn't caught the ball, threw it behind his back on the baseline, Kevin Love then came in that bit, tray ball. Like, I've gone back and look at it. And Iman is saying that Bron is calling this stuff out mid-game. Did y'all see what Iman said when he was with Miles Brown? You know Miles Brown, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They put Miles Brown on the show. They talking about one of the series they played the Celtics. And he's like, bro, it was a play. Bron had it like on the elbow or something. And the guy, weak side corner, he was like stunning the help, right? And Bron goes into the huddle. He's like, nah, bro, he's being lazy. He's being lazy. He's being lazy. And he's like, what you mean? And they're like, nah, like, it's bothering me, right? Get a shooter in the game for me. Like, what? Put the shooter in the game, right? They put shooter in the game in that corner. Iman said, they come down. Hey, this is what we running. Boom, 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 boom. That same thing where Buddy was being lazy or whatever. First time, kick it to Buddy, tray ball. They come down. They get a stop. They trying to push. Ron, hey, bump that. Y'all chill. Walk the ball up. Run that shit again. Buddy start weak side. Now he started playing it different. Bron told his ass, nah, do that same shit you was doing. Now Buddy like, damn, what the fuck do I do?
Nigga, why the fuck would you listen?
What is he gonna do? Either way, Bron gonna read what he doing. He said, nah, do that same shit you doing. This time, Buddy didn't help. Dunk. Run that shit again. And Iman said Bron just every option that could have came off of that. Bron did that. And this is stuff that you can go back and watch. Like, I'm a fan of it. High IQ. Like, what classifies somebody as having a high IQ? I hate it whenever we hooping and people will be like, yeah, Aaron, your IQ really high or whatever. And I'm looking like, bro, this is common stuff. Like,
and they're saying that because their IQ isn't where it's supposed to be.
okay, so it's perception. Okay, fair. What classifies somebody as having a high IQ?
I mean, somebody who can make basic reads, make the correct reads, not force shit all the time, head down, tunnel vision. Like, but IQ, it goes into so much more than just making the correct reads. It's picking up on tendencies, picking up on habits, making adjustments on the fly, communicating with teammates on what you see. IQ is so much more than just making the right read, making the right pass.
Okay, let's talk to the youth. How can a kid begin to develop their IQ?
Watch. There's a couple things. For me, definitely, I feel like the way my IQ grew was being put in those positions, live game positions, picking up on tendencies, picking up on habits, trying new things, seeing how niggas react. Then you have watching film, watching highlights, not specifically highlights, but even with highlights, you can see like an aspect of it.
See patterns.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watching highlights and then locking in on certain players and what they do, whether it's offense. Well, I was talking to Timothy about this, my brother, whether it's offense or defense, you know, when it comes to football, watching how niggas come out their breaks, watching niggas' stances, watching niggas' tendencies when, you know, they take their third step, how they make their moves, where they make their moves, their eyes, their hips, their hands, like looking at things like that. Going back to hoops, watching niggas' tendencies, seeing how niggas react. Like if a nigga closes out a certain way, see how they react to that. If the offensive player sees a nigga turns their hips, snatch. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Stuff like that.
things
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
So let's dive into that a little more. I know we got one more. Well, we're good. It's even like I agree with you in everything that you said, right? To grow your IQ. But to add on to it, you talked about tendencies, right? I'm trying to find the words to say what's in my head so it'll make sense. Even like, because tendencies I feel like was vague, and if somebody was listening to it, I want them to really understand
What tendencies are.
what tendencies mean.
So the example I'm gonna give is you and I.
Okay.
From when we first met to now.
Okay.
When Aaron and I first met and we would hoop against one another, he didn't realize that my hezzy was a big aspect of my off the dribble game. So once he began to figure out, okay, Zay likes to hezzy a lot. Normally out of his hezzy, he'll go left. Rarely he'll do a hezzy pull. So the way he started playing it was shade him left. No, shade him right.
Mm-mm.
What? Like, I'm just giving an example. Like, not saying this is what happens, but I'll do a hezzy hang dribble left. The way Aaron would start playing it is he'll stick a hand out for the pull to prevent that, and then he'll also shade me right. So I'd have to either cross over between the legs, change my direction. So that's an example of picking up on someone's tendencies and making the proper adjustments.
How deep have you ever thought about tendencies? So, for example, I'll take like when we go hoop, right? I'm not saying that, that we're just like geniuses or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think that there is like reasons behind sometimes why we do the things that we do when we play. And it's frustrating at times because people don't always see that, right? Considering the circumstances that we're playing. But how often do you ever think about, do you know how like certain people help? How often do you think about this person, once he gets beat, he doesn't like to sprint and cut me off again. He likes to back tip. How often do you think of this person is disciplined and if I pump fake, they're not biting for it? Do you think about stuff like that, or is that just me?
Not that I don't think about it, but it's more situational. Like if I'm playing against a person and I've played against them a couple times and I pick up on that, like that's things in the back of my mind. Not things that I actively consciously think about, but subconsciously they're there. For example, playing against you, if I know that I get past you, I need to keep the ball in front of me because that back tip is coming. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like playing against, for example, Manny. Manny knows I can shoot. Manny knows I can get past him. So he plays kind of that in between where he has enough space to recover if I shoot, but he doesn't just let me get the drive. And if there is a point where I do beat him, he knows that he has help rotating over. And I'm talking about that now, and that's something that I still have yet to pick up and adjust to, because a lot of times when I play Manny, it's my first game in the gym, and I'm trying to get myself going.
Okay, so let's use that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we're just being hypothetical. Manny's guarding you. Obviously, he doesn't want the jumper, right? So he runs you off, and if you know the helper is going to help, and especially if they're going to help hard, right? Don't take this the wrong way, Well, like, why not just fix it? Either position yourself somewhere else, either position them somewhere else. Because did y'all know some people, like, help, like, the way they help from certain sides is, like, it's not the same, right? So, like, send him somewhere else. Involve them in some action. Because now if he's guarding, like, hypothetical, of course, now if he's guarding a shooter, okay, cool, help, right? Or, like, you get what I'm saying? So, like, why don't you just deal with it? I'm not coming for you. I'm painting pictures for kids.
Yeah, I get it. Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, it's more so the circumstance of when I'm playing against him. Either I'm trying to get into a rhythm or I'm fatigued. I definitely feel like a lot of times when I play Manny, it's either or. I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. But I think it also just goes into personnel and who you're playing with. Because you can make all the necessary adjustments if you know that, okay, once I beat him, I know the help is coming. You can make all the necessary adjustments, but then it goes into communicating that to your team. It goes into people actually comprehending and understanding what you're saying and putting not just yourself, but your whole team in a position to win. So, for example, if I tell one of my teammates, like, for example, if I tell Walt, okay, if I run this pick and roll with you and I know they're going to blitz me, as soon as you see your man step up, just drop, and that ball is coming. Like I told Walt that last time we hooped, and you saw it, right? You saw what happened. As soon as they both blitzed me, I hit you over the top. So it's little things like that. So it goes hand in hand with communication, but also with your teammates' level of comprehension and their own IQ, because they have to understand where you're coming from. A lot of times, like if I'm playing with my first game in the gym, it's people that just pick me up. It's not the normal group of people I play with. So I feel like I have to do more in order for us to actually have a chance, because I don't know if these people are feeling good. I don't know if they're in a rhythm. I don't know if they're going to hit their shots today.
Right.
So if I tell someone, okay, if I beat Manny, you know that they're going to collapse on me, just space out for the shot. If I hit them and they airball, that's going to lessen my trust to do the same shit, because I see, like, if you weren't even close to hitting the rim on the first time, why the fuck would I do it again and put you in that same position knowing I'm going to get the same result?
You're getting exactly where I wanted to get. So, one, like I said, this is for, like, people out there who, like, still learning the game, whatever. One of the main reasons that make that shit so tough, and like people always like say it, but I don't think unless you experienced it, you don't really know for real. That shit happening super, super fast. And your windows to make certain reads close very, very small, because you have to keep in mind what you're seeing. There's 9 other people who are seeing the exact same thing that you're seeing.
Gotta anticipate.
You get what I'm saying? And sometimes you're going to anticipate wrong. It happens. You get what I'm saying? It's going to happen. But that's what makes that shit so hard, right? Now, let's put a pin on that. We'll come back to that later. You mentioned something that is very, very important to me in basketball. And if I ever somehow became a coach, I don't think I'd ever be a coach. If I ever became a coach, the one thing that I stand behind, and I feel like y'all could testify to this, is like trust, right? Trust is, in terms of team, I think trust is one of the most biggest things to have in a team. Now, part of that trust goes 2 ways. In the example where you gave, I drive, I kick, air ball, right? I drive, they help. Technically, the right read is what? To kick it, right? But he just airballed. I'm not kicking it. But realistically, technically, if we're playing the right way, the right read is the kick, right?
But like you said, it goes both ways. Like if that kick is going to be made to me, I have to know that ball is coming, or else I'm just running around waiting for him to pass it and he's going up on 2 different people. So the trust aspect
it goes both ways. Okay. Now, this is where I think we get blinded a little bit, right? As a player, when we are on the floor, it is our job to make the correct reads and get the easiest buckets at all times. At least that's how I was brought up in the game. Especially as a PG, I want to get the easiest bucket possible. What's the easiest buckets? Layups, free throws. That's what I was taught, right? So with that said, it won't load.
No, it loaded, but it's the same. It's the shit we was talking about. Denver's up 22-10
In the first?
in the first.
It's just 12 though. It's just 12.
But
How much time left?
Nobody's they're not closing out to shooters. Aaron Gordon just hit a wide open 3-pointer.
Damn.
Sweep?
What was I
Has
saying?
MJ ever gotten swept?
LeBron?
MJ.
Oh, stop. Here you go. There you go. I appreciate you, Walt. What was the last thing I said?
Easy buckets, layups, free throws.
That's how I was taught. We get the easiest bucket possible. That's how I was taught. Okay.
He just got swept one time. Second year in the league. Hey, I mean, it happens to the best of us.
It don't matter. He got his ass swept. But shut up. So if Denver don't win the championship and Bron gets swept,
He got swept by a sorry ass team. Them niggas ain't even win. The fuck?
oh my god. Oh, thank you.
Nine times?
I knew it was more than 2. I just didn't want to have that argument right now.
MJ got swept 9 times.
I didn't know it was 9, but I
Nine
knew
is
it was more than
crazy.
2.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
Nine
know
is
it was
crazy.
9. I definitely knew it was more than 2 though.
Really?
Cause they always hit that. Oh, before Scotty was there, they always hit that.
True.
Yeah.
Put the game on his laptop.
Yeah, low key. So and then if you care, like, yeah, somewhere we could see
That
that.
nigga got who saved as a bookmark.
You thought I was playing? You thought I was playing, bro?
I was about to say, I just seen Walt go to his bookmark tab. He just clicked it. I was like, damn.
Playing? Nah. I was so serious. I was bookmarking it. What?
Have you started Snowfall?
No, I ended up editing that night. Y'all have my word. I will start it tonight.
Snowfall, bro.
You have my word tonight.
I don't know why it took me so long to get into that show, but it's a really good fucking show.
Yeah. Okay. You have my word for tonight. You can unplug my phone. I'm pretty sure we'll have enough to get through. So yeah, that's how I was brought up, bro. To get the easiest. You can see Zay?
Mm-hmm. I just don't want it to be in the camera. No, it's not in the camera anymore.
I was taught to get the easiest bucket possible.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, y'all will always see me trust. Like, whenever I'm being selfish, is one of 2 things. Somebody was talking shit to me and I felt like I had to prove a point. Pride. I'll be honest. And I felt like I had to prove a point, 1. Or I trusted y'all and
y'all let me down.
We're losing because of it. And I think there's like different types of losing. 10-2, I'm not passing that bitch. Game to 12,
fuck no.
I can't pass that.
Hell no.
But
y'all expect me to pass? Y'all goddamn.
10-8, 10-7.
10-7, yeah, I'm gonna trust y'all until it gets to game point. Then give me the fucking ball and get out my way.
So I have a question, and I wanted to ask you the other day, but we was like, So, not coming for you. It's just a question out of curiosity because I want to understand where you be coming from. So, let's say all 3 of us on the team. Oh, perfect. I remember an example. That day we was on the team, we was hooping.
Which day? There's a lot of fucking days.
The only day you was there, the most recent one.
Talking about Saturday or Monday?
A Monday. It was a Monday at our spot. You know which one I'm talking about, right? The one where I was like Oh, Bob said he was gonna come and he didn't come.
Yeah, but that time is fuzzy for me. But
We was hooping. Okay. Now there was a game where. Hold it up, James. What he be doing? Yeah, let him know.
he hit a 3 finally.
Chill. There was an instance where I forgot what exactly it was you did. Create space, shot a shot, right? It didn't go in, right? Cool. Get back on defense. There was an instance Walt did something. I forget what it was he did, and what did you do? He did something, and then I looked at your demeanor, and you were upset, and then what?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember what exactly it was. And then I know what I did.
Was it a shot, defense, layup?
It was a shot. And there was a play after. Mind you, like we've been winning, right? And there was a play, I know you remember it, where Buddy picked me up. I lost it. I go pick it up. I get past whoever it was who was guarding me. And they sent help from the block person or whatever, and I wanted to kick it to dude on the block, but my dumb ass wanted to throw it between two people and put it right in his chest. And as I'm getting back on defense, I peeped your reaction, and you were upset.
My body language when I get fatigued or when I'm not hitting shots is bad. It gets bad, and that's something I need to work on. Cause like I'm able to like mentally keep myself locked in, but it definitely shows if shit is off.
So we talk about trust, right? Is that trust?
I think it's trust. I think it's just more so like I know y'all can hit that shot. And were we losing that game?
I feel like we were, because we were running the court, and it was niggas that got on like that's trying to beat us. They had fresh legs.
I think that's why. It's not more so frustration with y'all.
Put it in yours.
It's not frustration with y'all. It's just the fact that we're missing shots we can hit and we're losing. And I don't want to get off the court because I'm guessing the gym was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Okay.
It's not anything that it's like, oh, I don't trust y'all. Because I know Walt, I know you're going to make the necessary pass more so than Walt. That's nothing against Walt, but it's just the roles.
It's just what it is.
It's just the roles on the team. Like when Walt gets the ball, Walt will pass if he knows he can't score. And with Walt being one of the taller niggas in the gym.
Yo, real quick, guys, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It is very, very free. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram at thechopshoppod_. thechopshoppod_. We appreciate it. Much love.
Because I know Walt can score. He should be scoring. And that's that. On the other hand, I know you're more likely to make the correct pass and the correct read. So if there is an instance where, for whatever reason, you don't make it and you throw up a shot, it's circumstantial. I don't want to say I'm not going to get upset, but I'm definitely going to be like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's fair. I'll also say this, though.
I know there's times I've done it.
There's
times where I've should have made a pass and I didn't, but
that's what I'm getting at, and it'll make sense in a second. Before we get back to like my message to like the youth or whatever, I need y'all to understand. Well, y'all already know. I don't even know how to explain this. I'm just saying it just to say it. I've changed my game so much, and I'm still like changing it. So like at times I need y'all to keep in mind that like some shit I'm doing it because I gotta see how it works when somebody's in front of me.
okay.
You get what I'm
Out
saying?
of practice.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
I was not shooting the ball, bro. Now I'm shooting it a little better. Like a lot better, I feel like, compared to before. So like I am shooting more. Yeah, I don't think I was shooting as much. Good pad, boy. Knock it down, Lonnie. Okay, Brian. Never mind. So yeah, some things I'm still figuring out. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it don't help a nigga 5'8". You get what I'm saying? Like, it's different for y'all. Y'all 6'2", like 6'4". It's different for y'all. Y'all's eyes is different. So sometimes it's just me figuring shit out, bro. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, reason I brought all of this up. How many kids do you know now who will act how we just described that we act, right? And be on a team environment and will, as a kid, will probably be worse than what we are.
Most definitely.
And then wonder why they're not getting PT, wonder why nobody's giving them offers, wonder why none of their teammates mess with them, wonder why whenever their teammates should trust them and make the right read, their teammates aren't doing it.
It's a couple things. And I say that because, one, again, it's circumstantial. You have to know your role on whatever team you're on.
Hey, say that again.
You have to know your role on whatever team you're on.
What does that mean? Because people don't understand what that means.
So when I say know your role, I mean you have to know what this team needs from you. Granted, you may be a scorer, but this team may need a ball handler. So with
add
the ball,
another word to that.
What?
You need to know what this team needs from you so you guys can win.
That part. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all put together for, is to win.
To win.
So, for example, you're a scorer, but your team needs a ball handler. They have scorers, but they have no one to really handle the rock. And you can do that. If you know you can score, yet you can also ball handle, it is your job to take a look at yourself in the mirror and not just know, okay, I have the ball in my hands, I can go and I can score whenever the fuck I want. You have to know, as the primary ball handler, okay, I score when the team needs me to, but right now what they need me to is just to be that, what's the word I'm looking for? That calming presence on the court, knowing that whoever has the ball isn't just going to turn it over at the top of the key. Knowing that I can make these passes, get the scorers into position, and help everybody maximize what their role is on this team.
How does somebody identify what their role is?
Shit, communication with other players, communication with the coaches. And I definitely think the biggest thing is just asking the coaches what they need.
You know, one thing that my high school coach did that at the time I took for granted, but now that I'm looking back, I really do appreciate him for it. Before every season, so he would have tryouts, and y'all know how the tryout process works. And then we would have a couple of practices, right? Max, probably like 3 of them, max. And then every time, he did this every time. I was with him 2 years, a year or two, I don't remember. But what he would do, and I'm saying every time, what he would do, we would go lift because we had the upstairs joint. And after we get done lifting, he would start calling us into his office. And he was having conversations with literally all the way until the 15th man. And he's telling them what he needed them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Something so simple that at the time I never understood, because I was always like, well, coach, I was going to do that regardless. But him letting you know that, I think, relieves an amount of pressure and an amount of
stress
that
players put on themselves to perform.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now, whenever players have their bar set here, coach comes and talks to you, your perception on your bar changes.
Because the bar can still be set here,
right?
But it doesn't necessarily have to be the same path in order to reach that goal.
Exactly. So that was something that he did that I truly appreciate. When I tell y'all I don't think y'all really understand when I say I was done with this basketball, bro. I was done. We played Paulo Duro. Presses, bro. I used to freaking hate presses.
Oh, I think we all did at one point.
Yeah, I hated them joints.
Especially
and I'm the main ball handler, bro.
Especially if you the nigga in the middle, you have to know where to go, where to be to get the pass. Bro. You got to turn and pivot. You can't dribble.
Bro. I hated them joints with a passion. And once again, 5'8". So
that nigga had 17 in the first
D-Lo checking him. Oh yeah,
Those
Schroeder.
fucking midgets. I called this shit.
Walk
Their
'em.
perimeter defense is dog.
So we play Paulo Duro, right? The whole week. Starting PG was out for whatever reason, and then backup PG grades. Aaron, now's your time to shine.
Ah, shit.
The whole practice for that whole week,
Was just breaking press.
all I'm seeing is presses. Coach not calling no fouls. He not, bro, I'm getting my ass beat, right? But it's practice. Like, I'm cool, though. We get in the game. Coach sent me in at, like, the 5 minute mark. Lord behold, them niggas switched to the press. They weren't pressing the whole game. But time I got in that bitch, they want to bring the press, right? And they were one of those teams who put their big at the top.
Ooh.
Yes, bro. I hated. You don't understand.
Just go over the top. If that's the case, like, okay.
But I
go
didn't
side to
understand
side.
like fake a
You-
pass, make a pass. I didn't understand making him commit. I didn't understand the trap spots, right? I didn't understand that. So I'm just like, I got 10 seconds to get to the other side. That's all I knew. Get ball inbounded. Coach always told me, worst comes to worst, you have your safety, you know, whether
reversal.
yeah. So I was trusting my reversal the whole time, my safety back there. And it was working. Niggas start catching on, right? I can't do the same thing every single time. The dude had like he was like, you're 6'4", he was like 6'7", 6'8".
Damn.
Yeah, long ass wingspan, right? So Buddy started taking away the reversal. He was in that gap, in that lane now, right? But so now I'm like, damn, what do? I don't want to just dribble through this hoe, get fouled, they're not going to call it, turn over the ball, and then I get taken out. I can't just dribble into the press. Like I said, didn't understand fake a pass, make a pass. It's one possession, bro. Inbound the ball. I fake the reversal, right? He jumps it. Okay, cool. Start attacking a little bit. Buddy presses me, hit him with an in and out. That nigga was out of there. Like Nene out of there, right? Attack. Attack press. Throw it back to reversal. Instead of coming to the ball, Buddy sits there, looks at the ball. They going the other way bucket. I'm pissed. Rest of the game, I was chopped. Over with, right? After the game, hey, coach, let me talk to you. I think it's best if I don't participate with the team in the games. I think that I'm hindering the team more so than I'm doing good, right? Oh, go ahead, sleep on it. We had a back-to-back that day.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, sleep on it. We had practice before the game. Come talk to me tomorrow after practice. Go to practice, killing, right? Had a good practice. Coach, so you see you just had a really good practice. Like, so we know you can do it. It's just in the game, right? Something, for whatever reason, it's just not clicking yet. Mind you, I just started playing basketball. You get what I'm saying? So, like, this shit new to me. So we, like I said, back to back. So we get on the bus, we go to the game. I get in the game, bro. I cannot make this stuff up. We played Royce City, bro. My first 3 opening possessions touching the ball, I traveled. First one, caught I forgot what had happened, but swing. I caught rip through on the rip. He called travel. I ripped going right, by the way.
So the ball came here and you just went.
Yes. He called travel. Another one, same situation. Rip. I made sure, let me put the ball down first just in case he's one of those. Put the ball down first, jump stop, but I 1-2'd, right? Called travel. Next one, same situation.
Damn.
Land on 2, bro. Reverse pivot, back spin, right? He said foot slid. Called it.
Come on, bro.
But each time that he's calling it, I'm looking at my coach like, are these really travels? And he's like, yeah, bro, you traveling with it. It's garbage, but you traveling with it. I'm like, fuck. So now I'm looking at coach like, see, I told you I didn't want to
do this shit.
Once again, I preface all this to say that was on me, yes, but I promise you, if my teammates would have had some sort of trust in me, Aaron, you good. like, hey, bro, it's cool. Keep your head up. Type shit. Just some little shit. Like, it would have been a different story.
And to go with your point where it's like when your coach speaks to you and like lets you know what they need from you, that definitely helps. Because junior year, first year playing, we had a brand new head coach. We went 3-21 that year.
God damn.
Yeah.
Actually, no, y'all won more games than us.
Yeah, but we didn't win a single home game. And my senior year, the assistant coach, he became our head coach. And we go through trials or whatever. He lets me know, he's like, listen, I honestly didn't know if you were going to make the team this year. Granted, you played last year. There was no guarantee spot for you this year.
Right.
But I'm letting you know right now, this is what we need from you. He broke it down into four categories. Rebounders, the athletes, the ball handlers, and the shooters.
Okay.
He had me as an athlete. Athletes, damn near, we do everything. We shoot, we pass, we rebound, we push the ball, everything.
Okay.
He was like, that is what I need from you.
So he didn't know if you were going to make the team, but he wants you to do everything. Okay, cool.
But at the time, I didn't question it. I was just
Yeah.
happy to be on the team. That year, we were over 500. I think we went 15-10, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Definitely a lot better than last year.
And one, Lil Andy.
Won our first district game. Lost to our rivals.
Damn.
At away. It was an away game. So, yeah, it was rough. But I definitely think that helped in just understanding, like, my roles on teams. Because coming up, one thing that was always preached was defense. Defense and rebounding. Offense wasn't really taught to me that much, and if it was taught, it was basic triple threat stuff. Like rip-throughs,
Same.
jab steps, things like
Jump
that.
stops. Yeah.
My senior year, my IQ grew to understand, okay, I'm not always going to have the ball in my hand. I know I can put the ball in the rim, but there's other ways to impact the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think my senior year, that was the journey I took in my growth with basketball.
Okay.
That summer, AAU, play with the team. Now I'm one of the primary ball handlers.
I've never played AAU.
Really? That shit, you love that shit. You should have played it. Why didn't you? That's another story for another time. Now I'm one of the primary ball handlers. Granted, I know by nature I'm a scorer, and I know we have two other ball handlers. So if they're on the court, I know what my job is. If they're not on the court, I know what my job is. Won a couple tournaments. Okay, cool. That further elevated my game. Now, freshman year of college, I'm at the rec center. I'm hooping with Kappas. I'm hooping with Sigmas. I'm hooping with grown men.
Grown men.
Hooping with niggas who are on the team, taking bits and pieces, learning from them. That's where I feel like my development not only skyrocketed as a player, but just everything overall. Like, just my basic understanding of the game of basketball just grew overall. Because now I have the starting point guard at FAU. I told niggas I'm trying to walk onto this team. I'm trying to play for this team. So I see the starting point guard. I'm going after him because I'm coming for your spot.
Right.
He gives me tips. He gives me pointers. I'm learning from people who have graduated. They give me tips. They give me pointers. They see the way my game is, and they don't try to change it, but they help me maximize it.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's the biggest thing for young players. Just be open to learn whenever. Criticism is going to come because nobody's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. But you don't want to be so afraid of making a mistake that you don't even give yourself the chance to get better.
That's a very, very good point. Yeah, to finish up this thing, to all my my young cats out there, you trying to improve your game, really it boils in. He said his piece. For me, it boils down to three things. You play with people who are better than you. Okay. If you can't find people who are better than you, the people you are playing with, you need to do everything. Absolutely everything. You need to be leaving that motherfucker with a quadruple double. Like, no, seriously, bro. Like, you need to be rebounding. You need to be boxing out. You need to be the primary ball handler, regardless of your size. You need to be able to shoot the ball, right, off the dribble, off catch and shoot, right. You need to be able to do these things. You need to be able to play defense. You need to be able to guard everybody that's there. If you're not going to be around people who are if you're not going to be around people who are better than you, you need to do it everything. But besides the point, number one, be around people who are better than you. You'd be surprised how much that can really like change your game for real. That's number one. Number two is really just sit down and just watch basketball. Highlights, there's nothing wrong with highlights. There's nothing wrong with highlights. You peep a lot of patterns in the highlights. And basketball is very repetitive in a way. But I really would preface, like, just watch full games. Even if it's just a game a day, just watch full games. The NBA page on YouTube, they have a whole playlist of, like, iconic games. Mm-hmm. Just sit down and just watch full games. Literally. I was telling X this the other day. You literally gonna see shit, and like when you go hoop, you know how like when the Flash would like start, like his super speed would activate and how stuff would just start moving in slow-mo? That's literally what it's gonna feel like. No, literally. And you're just gonna be so ahead of the game. So be around people who are better than you. Watch the game, like full games, right? Obviously, you know, you do your studies. Like, I think you have to have a balance of like knowing terminology, all that good stuff, whatever. And lastly, if you really trying to get better, it's just work. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you want it that bad, bro,
you work hard enough.
You
hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
And I feel like people be saying that, but like they don't really
understand.
No, like
you can have all the talent in the world. If you don't have a work ethic, if you don't have a real passion and desire to improve every time you step on the court, you're wasting your time.
You work. Now, I prefer random story. What's the Arkansas dude, bald dude, light skin, the big Jordan Walsh? Mm-hmm. Y'all know I played against him in high school?
Yeah, you told us.
Oh my God. Oh my oh my God. Y'all go look up Jordan Walsh. Oh my God. Now, all those things I just said is cool for like hoops and stuff, but eventually once like people start growing up, you're going to end up realizing that the shit that you doing for this basketball, that's really life. Mm-hmm. Like, if we keep it a bean, that's really life. So you what we say, work hard, right? You should be working hard in anything you do, right? We said what? Study the game, right? Whatever it is you're doing in life, you got to study it, right? Whether that's being a chef, whether that's a doctor.
Whether that's being a student.
You get what I'm saying? You have to study it, okay?
You have to understand what you're doing in order to do it to the best of your ability.
Literally. And then be around people who are better than you. If you're around professionals in your field, how can you not get better? Simple as that. It boils down to life. Yeah, for all those trying to get better, bro, that's how I would summarize it. Question, and then we can talk about JT and them and wrap this up. If a viewer said he wanted to work out with you, would you do it?
Yeah, I would.
We might do that.
Okay.
If it happens. I was just curious. It just came to mind. Yeah. Michael Jordan's son. That boy.
Jimmy Butler.
He not human, Zay.
He not?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way he human. Ain't no way, bro. You think him and Beers is like cousins?
That's crazy. Beers is crazy. But yeah.
The Miami Heat are currently up 2-0 against the Boston Celtics.
Boston fucking Celtics.
They won both games in Boston. Game 3 tomorrow.
In Miami.
And they're up 2-0.
If Miami ends up sweeping Boston, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be
Zay.
surprised.
I'm gonna be surprised.
And I say that because Jason Tatum, the fourth quarter comes around, he forgets how to play basketball.
Goodness.
Jaylen Brown, he forgets that he's good, and he just takes a back seat and watches Jason Tatum chuck up bricks and turn the ball over 4 different times.
No, I know how it feels to be Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and I think we all do it. But at some point, it's like, at what point does it click for you where it's like, okay, my team needs me? It's not that I'm doing, like, they paid me the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They put me in this position. They know I'm one of the best players in the league. Why am I not taking the game over when I see that my counterpart isn't performing well? Like, why isn't that his mindset? That's the question I have. Because it's like, yeah, we know the Celtics. When we think of the Celtics, we think of Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You know,
Agreed.
with all due respect. Granted, he had 34, 13, and 8. But in that fourth quarter, for both of you to shoot, a combined 2 for, I don't know what it was. I saw a graphic. One of them was 0 for 4. One of them was 1 for 4. And I saw them take a couple shots after that. Probably combined in the fourth, they shot 2 of 12.
Goodness gracious.
That's atrocious. For two max contract guys.
The same way we did it for LA. Is part of that not Miami's defense?
It is. It is. In Miami, they got some dogs. And that's just the culture of Miami. Miami is known for getting after it. Miami is known for grinding. Miami is known for that.
Out the mud.
Out the mud, bro.
Definition of out the mud.
Like Jimmy Butler, like I've never seen a player and a team correlate so much until Jimmy Butler went to the Miami Heat.
And it's funny how everybody was saying he was the issue in all the other teams that he went to.
And that's the thing. We look back on situations like Philadelphia. The real issue that we need to really start paying attention to is Joel Embiid.
Oh.
Last 5 to 6 years, conference semifinal exits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Embiid's been hurt every single playoffs. That's a problem. At what point does your conditioning in the offseason change?
Part of that is his well, no, that's what you're saying. I was gonna say part of that is his size, his weight, but part of that is what you're saying.
Conditioning. Yeah. At what point do you start conditioning your body for past the conference semifinals? No, because I'm so serious. I saw Gilbert Arenas talk about this. He was like, Joel Embiid, he's conditioned his body for the conference semis.
Hey, Gil is funny as fuck.
And Gil is right.
He is.
Because it's like he was saying, like, these
but
players.
Gil can say that. You can't say that,
Yes, the fuck I can.
No.
Why can't I say that?
Because I be feeling the emotion when you say it, bro, and I don't like that emotion.
No, because it's like, I know. It's like, for me, it's like this Josh situation. It is.
Yeah.
For me, it's like this Josh situation. You're in a position to make millions playing basketball, bro. Literally, you have to do is just train, make sure that you maintain your level of play if you're an MVP caliber candidate, or improve. Keep your body the right way. Like, the shit they're asking them to do when it comes to playing on the court is
shit we trying to do.
It's nothing crazy. Eat right, keep your body in shape, stay healthy, win us a fucking championship.
Yeah.
And it's like to see niggas like in game sevens, like you hear those 2 words, game 7. I'm hyped. If I ever play in a game 7, if I'm fucking turning into Jason Tatum in round 2, what was it, round 2 or round 1? It was round 2. Turning into Jason Tatum round 2, and I'm turning into Steph Curry against the Kings in round 1. Dropping 50. Because that's just the competitor I am.
No, Zay. So, okay, that's what it is whenever you start saying stuff like that for me. Don't be so... I like your game. You nice. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can go. We all know that. Okay? But don't take away, bro, from what these guys go through. And I don't think you really peeping. And part of that is because we don't have to go through it, so it's perspective.
Okay, so when you say, what do you mean by that?
Okay. Game 7, packed crowd. How much do some of these stadiums hold?
20,000.
20,000 people
Maybe
in
more.
there alone, right? 20,000 people. That's in the building. But you have the entire world
Got millions watching at home.
watching. Everybody knows around April until June, the world is watching the NBA. Everybody knows that. The world is watching the NBA.
Okay.
Okay? Regardless of whether you perform or that's crazy. Lock in. Regardless of if you perform or not, you probably just need to sign out and sign in.
Just pause it. Pause it and unpause it.
Regardless of at this point, just leave that hoe, bro. This nigga gonna get in the camera and shit. Regardless of you do good or bad, you also have 50 million followers on one platform alone. And you're going to hear the people who fucking with you, yes, but you're also going to hear the motherfuckers who's like you whenever they play like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me that on a consistent basis, whenever the lights really shine bright, that you will be okay every single time.
I'm not saying I'd be okay every single time, but what I am saying is we've noticed a trend with Joel Embiid and losing in the conference semis. I'm not saying every time the games have gone to Game 7, but if we look at the ones that have gone to Game 7 or where he is in elimination, what has he done? Can we honestly say that Joel has come through for his team?
No, because if that was the case, they'd be moved on.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I'm not taking anything away from what Joel has done this season. MVP, though it should have gone to Jokic. He's an all-NBA talent every year. One of the best big men, if not the best big man in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from that. But what I'm saying is we need to start holding him accountable, not just as an NBA fan, but I know Philly fans are sick of it. You know what I'm saying?
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes. As an NBA fan, to see a good player not do good, it hurts. It's not something that, you know what I'm saying, people want to see.
No.
Like, nobody wants to see Russ retire without a ring. Nobody wants to see D Rose retire without a ring. We see how Russ is. Russ gives his 100% every single time he steps on the floor.
All I'm saying is, so we've had this convo before. We can hold them accountable. We should hold them accountable. When we're holding them accountable, we have to keep in mind the circumstance sometimes. And I agree with you in Joel's example. But there's some other people, when you be coming for them, I don't understand it sometimes.
Like who? Give me an example.
Don't do that. Oh, literally, what's it called? What's the other day? CP3.
What, CP0 rings?
Yeah.
What about him?
What's up with you and Chris Paul?
For me, Chris Paul, I feel like he's not a dirty player, but he's a player that
This took a big turn left.
He's not a dirty player, but he is a sneaky player. He's a player that reads the rules, understands the rules, and bends the rules to his advantage. Kind of like Harden did that year where he won the scoring title and shot all them free throws. Chris Paul is on the same level of annoyance for me as Pat Bev is for players in the league. He's just a thorn in my side. And that's merely because Chris Paul will do all this shit in the regular season. Then when it comes to the playoffs, same thing with him. Either an injury. Granted, he's getting older now, so that's more likely to happen. He's getting older now. But Chris Paul has a history of being a playoff choker. Does he not?
What is a choker? I don't be no, seriously, because it be some things that I don't really be thinking is choking for real, pause, but like society says they chokers.
What did he say?
Hey, yeah, that was perfect, bro. I fuck with that. That shit was nice.
I saw a tweet where it was talking about Chris Paul. It said Chris Paul will literally do nothing for 3 quarters, and when his team has the game sealed in hand, he'll go on a little mini scoring run, drop a couple assists, just so the headlines be like, "Oh, Chris Paul led the Suns to whatever." And I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. He's done that.
He's a point guard.
Okay.
The ball is gonna be in his hands in the last minutes of the game. Duh.
Not if you have Devin Booker on your team. You telling me you rather Chris Paul take a shot rather than
No,
Devin Booker?
I'm just painting the scenario.
Mhm.
Like, D Book has been running it off the whole game. The last couple minutes of the game, the ball is in my hand anyway because I'm initiating everything. They're taking D Book away because he been busting their ass. Of course, I'm gonna be the one to run the shit off.
But I'm saying the game is over.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still disagree.
My whole thing is we've seen it in the playoffs. Excuse me. Time and time again. Chris Paul has not shown up when his team needs him. We can see it in games, 3 through 6 when they went to the finals against Milwaukee. We can see it. Shit. I can't say this past season because when they played in the fucking – who did Phoenix play in the first round?
What seed were they?
4. They played the Clippers. Did he play that series? I don't remember him playing that series.
He played like game 1, game 2.
And then he had the injury.
Yeah, and then he didn't play Denver. No.
He played
no.
Denver.
He played that series.
That's like I don't remember him playing. That's my point.
Oh,
That's my point.
he did play that series.
Chris
It was
Paul
the Denver
is
series
so-
he didn't play.
Chris Paul is we're so accustomed to Chris Paul like being like a non-factor during the playoffs that when he actually does something, it's like, oh shit, Chris Paul is really him. But when shit hits the fan, guarantee you, who took all the blame this past season for Phoenix losing to Denver?
Yeah, Monty.
Monty, because he got fired, which is unfortunate.
D Book
But
or
D-Book-
Kevin.
D-Book and Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul was like, oh, Chris Paul didn't play. He didn't have anything to do with it. That's the point I'm trying to make. Chris Paul, CP 0 rings, he doesn't do shit. Now, going back to Joe. Who? He's only been to the final, once?
One time. What are you getting at that? He's a choker? Who you got, bro?
That's what I said.
Miami or Boston?
I got Miami in 6.
I got Miami in 3. Nah, I got Miami in. So game 3 tomorrow in Boston. Boston wins. They win 3-4. I got Miami in 5. They're gonna win one in Boston, and then they'll win one at the crib to seal it.
I got Miami going 3-1 after when they going back to Boston. I got Boston taking that game, and then I got Miami finishing it at home.
2 in a row, right? Yeah, same.
So we didn't even really get into like the stat lines and how everybody performed, but I mean, Bam. Like, I take back what I said about Bam being the Nigerian Rudy Gobert. I take that back. Bam has come through. Damn near dropped a triple-double. 22, 17,
You
9.
locked
Let's
in
clap it
today,
up for Bam.
boy.
Let's
You
clap it up
locked
for Bam.
in today. I like you, Walt.
Bam came through. Cody Martin had 25.
No, Zay. He was hooping,
What
though.
the hell?
No, Zay, he was. I watched the game. You ain't watched the game?
I was watching it, but I didn't think that nigga had 25.
Bro, I watched that hoe.
Bro.
I went back on Synergy.
Yo, for the Boston Celtics to let Cody Martin drop 25 on y'all and Jaylen Brown only
Bro.
have 16, shoot 7 of 23 from the field, 1 of 7 from deep, that's atrocious.
He was hooping, bro.
That's atrocious.
He was hooping, bro. He was.
Did Jaylen Brown
hooping.
make an All-NBA team?
I have to double check.
Take his ass off if he did. Take his ass off.
Yeah, I have to check.
About those All-NBA teams, I disagree with Shea being on the first one. I think it should have been D. Mitch, but that's just me.
They put Shea in the first one.
Mm-hmm. They put him on the first team.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's hit a couple more things before we get to our new segment.
We're going to talk about Ja Wick.
We'll get to him at the end. We're gonna get into our new segment. Last thing before we do that, what do you think about all these coaches getting fired?